Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Bethesda Unpatched. This is episode number 21. And earlier I made show notes for episode 22, thinking we were on that. And I realized that all the notes that I was looking at were not last week's episode. They were, in fact, this week's, because my co-host extraordinaire, the man with a master plan, the extreme awesome space trucker himself, Kilo.
Howdy, folks. Yeah, I was on that shit this week.
Yeah, I got confused for a minute. I was looking at it. Wait. I thought episode 20 was Halloween. What am I doing here? And I read through the notes like, oh, right. It's already done. Let me put my play in, and that's it.
There you go. See? Saved you a lot of work. It's a team. We're a team here, man.
To be fair, though, Kilo does do the vast majority of the notes every week. I usually create them when I'm on the ball, and he fills them in.
Social media and finding news. That's my job.
So
social media. Good Lord. Dude.
Yeah.
Lemonade. Listen, I've posted.
Still on
I've
about
been posting every day for like 10 days. I've posted every single day. On Lemonade included. Yeah. On Lemonade included. And on Lemonade, do you want to guess what we're getting? The only thing we're getting reactions on Lemonade.
Still, what's her name?
Yeah. Ella Purnell. Yep. Still the only thing we're getting reactions on.
I am so bad with names. I can't believe I keep forgetting it. But yeah, that one.
Yeah, well, that one.
It tells you something about that social media platform.
I'm seriously about to just give up on that.
You know, I wouldn't blame myself you if you did.
Couple minutes. Mm-hmm. It's crap. I am, however, a little announcement housekeeping. The only thing I got this week is that I have been working on the episode descriptions and YouTube cards, which is proving way more complicated than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, on YouTube, it's easy, because it automatically makes the URLs into links, But it still looks really messy. But I cannot figure out if I'm supposed to use HTML for Spotify and iTunes. They seem to use the same format for their episode descriptions and cards and stuff like that. So I might have to simplify it.
All these 15 years I've done podcasting, I've only just copy and pasted descriptions in. I've never tried to do anything fancy with them.
Well, I want to make it a little fancier. I want it at least to be able to make things that we talk about a little more easily accessible. So if you're like, hey, I want to check out the social media for Weird Chaos Media, and then you can go and just hit the link tree, hit the click, and then you're there. Make it easier for our listeners. I'm still learning, so
welcome to the
club. It might look a little messy until I get it sorted out.
Just so everyone knows, he doesn't do everything for the show. It may look like it.
No, listen,
but he doesn't.
He does something right. Widget does something I can't, and that's doing the editing, which is extremely time consuming, and he does an excellent job. He's doing better. It's getting better. We were just talking about last week's edit. It looked great.
Yeah, I got a new software. I'm trying the creme de la creme of video editing, Adobe Premiere, and I'm a complete noob at it. So I just learned the basics last week and started using those. I think it looks a lot better and plays a lot better.
It is. We're getting there.
I got to do more fun stuff with it, and there's a lot more fun things in that software that I can do when I eventually learn it.
Always evolving.
Yeah, I think I spend about 10 hours a week in editing.
Yeah, so I don't mind doing social media and looking up news articles, which actually does take me quite a bit of time between both.
Oh, I know it does.
Especially if editing the videos, like one video, just a clip, because I have to take a chunk of conversation and then I have to trim it down. I try to get it close to a minute and a half at most. And I mean, that
I think alone, you might put a little bit more time into this than I do every week. I don't know. It's pretty close.
Well, I think all things taken into deep consideration, we are a team, and we help each other out. That's what we're about.
And okay, I was gonna segue into news, but we got into some cool, deeper stuff. But you mentioned news, and we got news like usual.
We do.
That was a terrible segue. I am so sorry. But
we do.
I'm gonna take on the first one because I'm gonna get into it. It's the new legendary mods have been revealed for Burning Springs in Fallout 76, and the mods are mods you get that you can apply to any weapon or armor at the workbench to make it into a legendary. They have 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and if you're super lucky, 4-star ones. I've never found one. I don't think I'll ever will. My luck, I don't even find 1-star ones. But they released the new ones that are coming out with Burning Springs, and they look very, very interesting. And the key thing with these is that they're the first ones I know of where there's going to be ghoul-specific mods. So if you play as a ghoul, you're going to get some new goodies. The 1-star legendary mods is you got 2 ghouls, feral. Target kills make you go feral faster. Then you got lucid, which increases damage reduction up to 6% as you fill your feral meter currently, but that's for armor. And the weapon damage increases up to 40% as you fill your feral meter. I don't know anything about ghoul because I've never played one. I thought about making a character and making him into ghoul, but I haven't because there's a lot of differences between human and ghoul.
Yeah.
Adrenal, it's a basic one for everybody. Weapon is 10% damage, plus 10% damage per kill while on a kill streak. Armor is plus 10% or plus 10 damage and energy resistance per kill while on a kill streak. That one's pretty amazing. Mine that made me go when I looked at this before the show is snipers. They have a sniper specific one. 100% damage to distant targets, so doubling my damage. And I already do a ton because I built my character around that.
They should just name that one the Wigit.
Yo, God, that would be so amazing. I think I would pee myself. I'd screenshot it, print it, and frame it, and put it up on my up above my desk.
There you go.
But yeah, snipers. Those are 1-star legendaries. I'm not gonna get into all of these, but they get into some really good ones. They don't have any 4-star legendary mods yet for this. Only 3 and 2 and 1. Like Painkiller, you gain health over time while on a kill streak. There's a lot of kill streak based ones going on here. Pickpocketers. Target kills have 50% chance to grant low amount of caps. Between 50% chance to give 1 or 4 caps. And I guess if you're doing a lot of kills, that can really add up.
Well, it sounds like the theme here is continuous combat.
Continuous combat, a lot of it. And when you're doing events, that's what you're doing. You're doing basically continuous combat. Gain action points over time while on a kill streak. So, again, a lot about the kill streak. They have a ghoul-specific tier or 3-star mod. Target kills increase glow by a small amount. So it's called glowing. And if you're human, target kills increase rads by a small amount, which I don't see any way of that being good.
Rads are bad.
Yeah. Then you got basic ones like max HP increased by 20, max AP increased by 20, 2% evade, things like that. So they got a lot of cool stuff coming out on the mods, and I would love to be able to find mods that I don't have to buy from a player.
Yeah.
I think I've broken down close to over 100 legendaries and have found one 1-star one.
Yeah. Yeah. Widget luck in full swing there.
So I still have my sniper rifle that has the worst mods on it that I cannot swap out with good ones because can't get them. But I want sniper.
Right.
When this comes out, when Burning Springs comes out, I am going after the sniper mod. As I'm gonna find out where the hell you get it, how you get it, and I'm gonna farm the crap out of it. That's a game changer for me.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, of course, we are going to later here in a little bit. We are going to be talking about the Fallout TV show, episode 4 tonight. Do have a little bit of news here. I'm going to ask you this because I don't know the answer.
Okay, what's up?
Do you know who John Carpenter is?
John Carpenter. Name's extremely familiar. Let me get a look at him.
Yeah, you're going to come up with a list of shit that you would never watch.
Name's
John
familiar, but yeah, I don't know.
Filmmaker.
Yeah.
Yep, he's a filmmaker. He makes mostly action
I know.
and horror movies.
Big Trouble in Little China, one of my favorite movies from the 80s.
Of course. Yep. Toxic Avenger. He's got all sorts of credits to his name all over the place. A lot of horror movies. He was at a fan expo recently on a panel, and he revealed that he is a gamer. Not only is he a gamer, he is an avid Fallout 76 player.
That's pretty cool. The guy's like in his 70s.
Yeah. Yeah.
77 years old, yeah.
77 years old. Yeah, he's like 77,
You know what?
Slightly younger than my dad.
John, if you are listening, you are my idol, man. Because I want to
That would be
be
freaking
77
amazing.
playing video games, going to fan
I
expos,
want to.
and talking about it.
Yep, absolutely. I would. Oh my God, if I found out John Carpenter listened, whew. Yeah. I grew up watching a lot of horror movies. That was one of the reasons I got the fascination that Widget doesn't have. Is when I was a kid. I think I told the show I think I said this story on a previous show, but I haven't said it here. This show. Growing up, my buddy, his parents. I mean, we were like way too young for this, but it was the 80s and the early 90s, and his parents allowed us to use the rental card for a video store that was adult, well, not adult like adult films, but rated R. So we could pretty much rent anything in the store we wanted.
Nice.
And we almost exclusively rented horror movies. That was my childhood. So this is where this all comes from. The story in 7th grade, everything. It comes from
I like spooky,
horror movies,
scary
too young.
movies. I like scary movies. I don't like horror movies with a gore. And that has a lot to do with a training I did with when I was, I can't talk about exactly what I did, but we had to they put us on a body farm for 48 hours with a single bottle of water, and that was it.
Oof.
And we had to stay there for 48 hours. And if you know what that is, yeah, you can understand why I cannot stand gore anymore.
Yeah.
It's
that's
supposed to do the
understandable.
opposite, but it had a profound effect
Right.
on me the other way.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. It's going to affect different people different ways. I don't judge you for it. I love you for it.
Now,
But-
the gore from like the 80s and stuff like that stuff, no problem. It was fake and yeah, it was fun. But
Right.
nowadays,
Well, when I was a kid, what happened was when I was a kid, my mom found out that I was watching this stuff, and she thought I was going to have nightmares. I'm like, no, I've been watching this forever. I mean, I was like 12, right? 12 years old. So I've been watching this kind of stuff forever. Like, we've been doing this for a while.
I
My mom
remember
wasn't happy
being
about it.
8 years old watching horror movies with my mom and dad.
Well, I never watched it with my mom and dad. We watched it.
And it was
after we
surprising.
went to sleep.
Yeah, with my parents, I wasn't even allowed to play video games for half my childhood. Yet,
Well,
when I was young, I was watching horror movies with them.
What my parents did, and I did the same thing to my kids actually. What my parents did is my mom got me a documentary. I think she taped it off HBO or something. It was a documentary of the making of Thriller by Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
The music video. So I got to see how all the animatronics and makeup and everything was made, and from that point forward, none of it's not real.
Mm-hmm.
Never bothered me. I'm actually more fascinated with special effects.
Well, nowadays it's all just computer generated stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie SFX? I
Yes.
think there's a couple of different movies. Oh, okay. So you know what I'm talking about. Dude, that's like one of those movies that I'm never sure if anybody else has ever seen it. I remember that is awesome. For the uninitiated, SFX was an action movie where the protagonist was a special effects artist, and he used it to like thwart bad guys. And it was amazing.
Didn't
Anyways,
they make a
moving on to
sequel to that
Fallout.
too?
I think there's a second one, yeah. If I remember. Oh my God, it's been so long since I've seen those. It was like 30 plus years since I've seen those movies.
Been a long time.
Anyways, moving on with the Fallout news.
Continuing with the
That was a
show.
tangent and a half. Fallout New Vegas developer is aware of demand for sequel, but wants to work on their own IP. And Widget's got stuff to say about this. Of course, we're talking about Obsidian, and we're talking about New Vegas and New Vegas 2, which, according to Obsidian, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, there's a couple of developers that drive me nuts with this because I don't see the point in these new like artist type developers coming in saying, I just want to do what I want to do, damned for anybody else. I want to do things that I like. Well, that's not what you're making games for. That's not what you're supposed to be making games for. You're supposed to be making games for the players and what the players want and demand. Like it shows in this article, everyone on the internet on every game we announce asks, when's the next Fallout New Vegas, said Morgan. Because that's what the fans want.
Yep, and that'd be Marcus Morgan, the vice president of operations. And also in this article is Justin Britch, vice president of development.
I get like artists doing their own thing, that they have to make art for themselves. I get that. But this is not art. Well, there is art to it, of course. Definitely an artistic flair to it. But video games are for the experience for the player. And if you're not building your product for that end goal, you're not going to be successful. You just won't.
Well, I mean, it's not like Obsidian's doing horrible for itself right now, but
No.
it's extremely jaded. And this makes me wonder, because we know that Bethesda had met with Obsidian not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we don't know the details of that meeting, but I think it's interesting that they're so staunch after, especially last couple of weeks. There's been a lot of talk about a new Vegas 2, just like as far as what people want. And Morgan said, this year, all 3 of the games are IPs that we created. This is the joy that we get of how do we build our own IP, which I respect. Their own IP, their own identity,
Yeah, I get
whether
that.
or not they're
I'm not saying
trying
that
to distance themselves from Bethesda, but
I'm not saying a
it
studio
kinda seems like
shouldn't build games that they want to
Yeah.
build, but they need to also build for the player.
well, I agree with that too. And I honestly, I think it's kind of a no-brainer business decision.
Mm-hmm.
It to me, anyways. The guy on the outside who's a truck driver and does not
Well, why not
work
do this?
with
Why
anything
not
related to Obsidian.
build New Vegas
Why
2?
would you not?
Make
Yeah,
a
why would you
buttload of money so you can fund all the
Exactly.
projects you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. New Vegas 2 would absolutely kill 100%. All you have to do is just slap that on the box and it's sold already.
I mean, clearly they're going to have to make a good game in the same vein as what
Well, of
New
course.
Vegas was, but yeah.
Well, I mean, if they stay true to the original approach, like Avowed was a good game. It was decent. I played through it once. I don't think I'll ever do it again, but I enjoyed my
Same.
experience with it.
We did a brief show on it for 10 episodes, 12 episodes, something like that.
Something like that. It wasn't very long, but it was worth the $70. I would definitely recommend it to people, but it's not an open world like what we come to know from the Fallout universe, or even Elder Scrolls.
And what's funny is that when they announced why they were talking about before the game release, why they didn't make it open worlds, because they didn't want to. Was basically what they said.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a hard formula to follow, and we've talked about that before too. And that leads next into our next article, almost perfectly. Starfield developer, gamers growing weary of extended game.
More fun
lengths.
for me.
Yes, this comes from Will Shin, a former Bethesda developer, who recently weighed in on a growing concern among players regarding the length of modern video games. He says they're too long. He says a concise experience
I'm
is
going to
better.
put a big BS on the screen in the video version.
I agree. I love a large world to explore.
Yeah.
Or worlds, plural, in the case of Starfield.
To be clear, he was agreeing with me, not what they were saying.
Yes, to be clear. I mean, for certain games, yeah, I do like. I mean, it depends what you're playing, right?
It is true.
It's something
like largely depends on the genre you're building for.
It does, exactly. When I played Observation, I brought this up on the show. You're literally an astronaut on a space station. The AI goes rogue, and you wake up orbiting Saturn, right? So you have this whole mystery you have to solve, right? And you can probably play through the whole game in I don't know, 6-8 hours maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a great game for what it is. But if we're talking about a Bethesda title, we know what we should expect.
You get into MMO, you get into RPG, you get into or action adventures. You can't make those short. You make those short, and it's gonna fail. You're gonna disappoint everybody. I'm a huge RPG fan, so is my boy here. It's my number one go-to, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in the case of a multiplayer, you don't want these 3 hour long battles. You want to keep those short, concise, 10, 15 minutes.
Reflecting on the historical context, I'm reading from the article now, Shen emphasized how the success of games like Skyrim set the stage for quote-unquote evergreen games, which remain popular and relevant over time. First of all, it's not been done since Skyrim, not successfully. This trend has led to an expectation that new titles must also deliver vast content to keep players engaged. However, this expectation can create a paradox. While many players enjoy the freedom and exploration that comes with lengthy games, others find themselves overwhelmed by the time commitment involved.
It's a lot to do with the modern generation. I'm not going to call them out specifically. You know who you are, who has a 15-second time span or engagement span.
Attention span?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
What can I think?
I got
Curse of the podcast. Because it's, scrolling through videos.
It's all now.
Mm-hmm.
These are guys.
Instant gratification.
These are guys that will play a match for 15, 20 minutes in Call of Duty or Fortnite or something like that, and then that's it. And then they can go back and do it again if they want. I guess I'm trying to wrap my head around it because as an RPG fan, I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm thinking, okay, well, what did I play before I played Starfield? Well, before Starfield, I was playing Cyberpunk. So I'm big into RPGs. So if you're talking about RPG.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm just saying really quick. It amuses me that a former Bethesda developer is saying this when their whole point and their success is based around the huge immersive games that they put out.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that has anything to do with any problem with any modern RPG.
No, I don't think so. But even Need for Speed series, you usually had a good amount of hours you have to put in that. It's a little bit different. You're not exploring, but it comes down to personal taste. But I think that the continued success of Skyrim is a testament to the fact that that's not dead for the gaming community. And not only is it a lengthy game with tons of places to explore, people are still playing it 14 years later.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with what he's saying here, unless that's just not your jam. If you're not an RPG guy, I get that too. You want to play Cuphead or Hellblade?
Never played that one, yeah.
Whatever. I never played Cuphead either. I never saw the appeal.
I've
never been into cartoony games.
We haven't done yet on this show. I want to talk about the other games that we are currently playing, just for a brief period. Yeah, I got 3 other games I'm obsessed with right now. Like, for instance,
go for it,
Borderlands 4. I'm a huge Borderlands fan. And 4 is the best Borderlands to date, in my opinion.
I've heard a lot of great things.
The longest Borderlands I've ever played, without any DLC, nothing yet. It's incredible. The combat, the story, everything about that game is on point. They did it right. Mm-hmm. And I'm also playing the not Chrono Trigger, I wish. Final Fantasy Tactics, the remake, the Ivalice Chronicles.
Okay, yeah.
It's incredible. My only complaint with that game is that they used the original version, so there's a lot of the new jobs that they created and other versions missing. But the voice acting, the quality of life improvements are true quality of life improvements. Amazing game. And I just picked up Monster Rancher 1 and 2 DX on Steam. Huge fan of that game in the original.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then, of course,
I haven't played anything else.
No? You don't have time?
No, I got, what do I got on my phone now?
To be fair, I've been playing those games for quite a while.
Yeah.
Borderlands 4, I've been playing on and off since it came out, and it's been months. And I'm just now getting to the final boss.
I got BitLife on my phone. I don't usually play games on my phone because even when if I'm at work and I'm sitting or something like that, I'm doing one of two things. Either I'm doing social media stuff for the show.
Right.
Or I am catching up on a TV series I don't watch at home, like Letterkenny or Black Mirror or something like that. And that's rare. It's usually something social media related for the show, editing videos or whatever. I'm probably going to download Fallout for my phone. I've been wanting to download XCOM for my phone because it's on phone. That's like one of my favorites. XCOM.
I've been wanting to get Final Fantasy 3 for my tablet. I have never beaten that game. I played like an hour of it when I was a kid. I've always wanted to go in there and beat it or play it again.
In one of my gaming groups on Facebook, someone was talking about they're going to play the entire Final Fantasy series from the beginning. They're setting out to play all of them.
That's going to take them a year at least.
It'll take them a hot minute, yeah. For sure. I mean, fuck, dude.
That's playing
Final Fantasy
like 20, 30 hours a week.
I remember Final Fantasy 7 was like a 50-hour game, which was a lot.
I want to play the original one again. If they ever made Chrono Trigger, if they ever did it, just update the graphics, I think I would lose my crap. I'd lose my shit. That's it. You wouldn't see me.
The only thing... Oh, you know what? I take that back. I played Reach. I played Halo Reach. That's my favorite Halo game. Halo Reach. Me and my kid were playing co-op.
Fair enough.
It is the best Halo game in my opinion. I still have to. I have Halo Infinite on my Xbox. I just haven't played it yet. And then, of course, as soon as I get a chance, me and the missus are going to play As Dusk Falls, which I mentioned last week or the week before. So,
That's going to be fun.
yeah.
All right, back to the news.
Back to the news. Where the hell were we? We were just talking about that dude who's like talking shit about lengthy games because he probably sucks at RPGs.
I think that's a good summary.
That's pretty much it, dude. Just fucking haters. I think the one I want to get to really, of course, November 14th through the 16th in Goodsprings, Nevada, we have Fallout Fan Celebration coming up, and they got quite a bit planned. I kept seeing all these different things. 7 days, 11 hours, and 28 minutes. Oh, excuse me. 7 days, 11 hours, 27 minutes, 56 seconds, and counting to Fallout Fan Celebration 2025. They have a bunch of different, check out all of our panels and events.
They've got a lot of stuff there.
They got a lot of stuff, dude. The Vendor Village, come and trade your pre-war money for genuine bits and baubles, from licensed merch to handcrafted artist-made items. And Mrs. Fallout, I don't know if Mrs. Fallout has taken any, we've talked about her on the show before. She's big in the community. I don't know if she's taking anything to sell there or not. I know she's going. Celebration kicks off November 14th at 9:30 a.m. at Goodsprings. Fallout for Hope Goodsprings Walk. We've talked about Fallout for Hope for sure before. Led by Old Man Liver and the Fallout for Hope charity. They're parading through Goodsprings. Let's see. We got the DPI Bethesda Gear Store panel. That's at the Pioneer Saloon.
Oh, why weren't we invited? They have a meet and greets with Easy Pete, podcasters, influencers, and voice actors. Hey, guys.
Yeah. Hey, we're over here.
Just ask. I'll be there. Feed me, clothe me, or feed me and take me out there, and I'll do it.
There you go. Absolutely. Food really will get me anywhere. That's all you have to do is promise to feed me.
That'd be a
Film
blast.
Festival on Friday at the Goodsprings Clubhouse. Fallout Fan Celebration Film Festival is a showcase of fan-made films inspired by the Fallout universe. We welcome creators of all experience levels to share their vision. That's amazing.
Fallout Family Feud, Fallout Karaoke, Fallout Trivia, Vendor Village. Tons of networking opportunities. Goodsprings, Fallout for Hope Town Walk.
Caravan on Deck.
And Bottle Cap Poker Tournament. I would do that one. And of course, a cosplay contest.
Meeting the modders. Anybody here that we've talked about? Nope, nobody there is anybody that we've talked about on our show, but you join renowned mod authors from both Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4 for discussion and presentation about the long-standing hobby of game mod creation. I would actually love to be at that panel.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
New Vegas speedrun with Zell Sketch, and that's only an hour and a half. Beat New Vegas an hour and a half. You're going through the gravel pit for that one. Wes Johnson, Voice Palooza. Beloved voice actor Wes Johnson, who's been in like everything since Morrowind, will be hosting his Voice of Palooza with some of the stars of Fallout performing sketches and reprising characters.
I wonder if our friend was invited to go out there.
Oh.
King Fan Man. That's someone I think that they would have actually wanted to invite.
He mentioned something, I think he mentioned something on his last podcast, is that he was interested in going, but is the plane tickets put the kibosh on it. So he's not going to be able to make it out there. But he did say that he wanted to go sometime. How to build working props and realistic cosplay. Fallout karaoke. Dude, I want to do Fallout karaoke.
What's different between normal karaoke and Fallout karaoke?
My guess is only going to be music from the Fallout series.
1950s, 1940s songs?
Yeah, like those old classic songs.
Okay, I can see that.
Like Big Iron on His Hip and all that stuff.
So that's something you're interested in? Check it out. I mean, I would love to go if I had the opportunity and do a bunch of video and edit it for the show and put it on YouTube.
Dude, I love it. Fallout New Vegas 15th anniversary panel. Radiation King refurbishing, poker on deck. Oh, they got poker, bro.
That's what I'm saying. The bottle cap poker. I'd be all over that.
Hell yeah, I would. Podcaster panel. Okay, you said that one already. Family Feud, Independent Fallout. They have a lot of stuff. Holy cow. Cooking challenge. I want some rad roach steaks. Hook me up. Airsoft course. All right, we got to try to make it next year to this.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We got to try to make it next year to this. It'd be awesome. They have so many events. Hang on. They end Sunday, the holiest of days, with a Fallout burlesque show. Yo.
Sign me up.
Yeah, right. I'll dance in it. If you fly me out there, I will dance in the burlesque. It's on the internet now.
I would pay to see that.
Nobody would
and
pay
film
to see
it.
that.
Just so I can film it and put it all over the internet.
They'd pay me not to do it. That's pretty much it for the news this week, I think. Yeah.
So we have
good. Do you want to get into the
Fallout
TV show?
episode 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the episode where things really start to heat up.
Oh man,
the series.
Dude, does it ever?
And really get a bigger idea about what's going on in the world and the characters. The only one that did not make an appearance was our boy Maximus.
Yeah, Maximus does not show up in this episode.
And then for some reason I thought that they had all 3 primary characters in every episode, but I forgot that he was not in episode 4. And right away...
it was in episode 4? That was my segue. Do you know what was in episode 4?
A lot of
stuff. Do you know? Did you see it? It's at the very beginning of the episode, right after you see the little rad roach.
That's the first thing I mentioned was
right
the
after
rad
that.
roach. No.
How about the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
No, I did not catch that.
Yeah, when they showed the overhead shot, it almost looks isometric, like the
Probably
old
why
Fallout
I
games.
missed it, because I was on my phone doing rad roach on my notes.
Yeah, they're walking down you see all the stars. They're walking down the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. It's amazing.
And then this is the very beginning. You meet Roger.
Yeah.
And I think Roger's a good setup and that whole encounter, as disgusting as it is, kind of gives you. It's a really good setup on how ghouls work in this version, in this world.
Yeah, and this is where it changed. This episode is where it changed because, well, I mean, you kind of get a hint from the ghoul, but yeah, this is where they changed the mechanics of how ghouls work.
Big time.
Can I ask you? You got dispensaries out in California, right? Just like we have in Michigan,
yeah,
right? Because it's legal. Weed's legal out there.
Mm-hmm.
When they first show the picture of West Side Medical Clinic before they walk in, it's a green square with a white cross. I don't know what it's like out in California, but pretty much every dispensary on 8 Mile, yeah, I said it. Every dispensary on 8 Mile is a green square with a white cross.
In fact, I have seen that. I never really thought much
like
about it.
Dispensary.
Yeah,
it looked like a weed dispensary. Anyways, immediately we find out that Cooper knows Roger.
Yeah, and he said a couple interesting things there in this exchange that made me really question a few things.
Okay, hit me.
One thing I thought was interesting was how he kept saying his name as like an indication, because this actually becomes a very important key note later on in the episode. It's like they're kind of hinting at it, and that it's a way of him trying to keep his sanity as he's starting to turn feral.
It's that last little slip.
And apparently they all go feral at some point. They don't stay as regular, normal, like cognate ghouls. And
in the game series prior, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the game series prior, it was only a matter of time. They really didn't have a drug or anything that could keep you from turning. But this is more interesting. It puts a more immediate clock on what's happening.
Yeah, and the fact that he said that the ghoul's the one that outlasted them all. Wonder if they had
I've always been good at making money.
Yeah, like a friend group or some kind of like ghoul community back in the day, and they're all gone now.
Maybe, but Roger is also a bounty hunter, because he mentions that. Oh, he asked Cooper, like, you're after the bounty too.
Yeah,
Cooper's like, yeah.
I did catch that actually. And this vial is like one of the few things that keeps him sane, and is a very key important thing. What the heck is even in that vial? Because I'm trying to correlate it with something that could be something that's currently in the game or not. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we've gotten specifics on it yet.
And that whole part cutting out his livers, what was that, kidneys and liver? I'm not sure what it was, but it looked like liver.
That was after. Remember how good food used to taste?
Yeah, I think he was cutting those out, just trying to get the whatever remains of the vial inside that ghoul.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That might have been the case. But then, what I thought was interesting is the way it seemed the ghoul perked up a little bit when Lucy said her name, McLean.
Yes, that's happened a couple times in this episode.
Yeah,
in particular.
and it gets increasingly interesting when, okay, they'll be a little bit further in the episode. Starts to get real interesting closer towards the end.
Well, they bring up the McLean name quite a bit, and they're setting
Mm-hmm.
up on how much that name has weight, because they even talk about it when Norm is talking to that one of that committee lady, and she's saying how
Yeah.
you're the last remaining McLean here, so your opinion has weight.
Mm-hmm.
And then almost everybody that Lucy talks to mentions her name, gets some kind of reaction out of them.
Well, even from Moldaver, who says you look just like your mother,
Mm-hmm.
and then especially when they're talking, she was talking about the shortage inside the vault and how her dad dropped to like 128 pounds or something. Cooper, who knows how the world works up top, is like, yeah, there's what people say they did, and then there's what they actually did. Your dad was probably first in line because it's what it takes for survival. Yeah, and then the fact that he makes Lucy butcher Roger. He was really,
they went back
he
and
used her
forth.
for bait last episode, but he comes.
Well, I put
comes down
a
real
little
hard on
note
her
about this, how it treats her. But one thing that I found interesting was the golden rule was something that was thrown back at each other constantly in this episode.
Right.
Lucy
Yeah.
thinking she got the last laugh at the end, but but it's like he's actually trying to teach her, trying to help her survive by very tough love.
Is that further on?
The exchange of fingers that happens.
The exchange of fingers. Yeah, that's funny as hell. I want to talk about this though. And this was the councilwoman. Okay, we see that they're trying to vote a new overseer. We see the posters going up. We see the raider attempt at raider interrogation.
Yeah, I thought that was very funny. Like, well, we can tell that their rehab is going well.
Yeah. But it's actually the conversation with Norman, and it's super interesting. This I only based on what I've seen from the trailer and from a couple of articles online that I've seen, like maybe Norman does break bad eventually, because what did she say? She said when dumb boys get angry, they pee on the wall. It says when boys like you get angry, this is of course post the raid on the vault.
Mm-hmm.
When boys like you get angry, well, I'm just glad you didn't have to find out, or whatever she says at that point, which I think is foreshadowing for Norman to eventually.
And she commented on how intelligent he was,
Turn.
because he was all upset that he had to hide, that he hid during the attack.
Yeah. He's like, you were smart. But I don't know if
that
that's
can be
just
taken
them
to
trying to. I mean, was that her? I don't necessarily think she was necessarily being genuine. I think she was buttering him up, right? The rhubarb pie and ice cream and all that stuff. You know, that she has her own ulterior motives,
Her own
as
agenda,
well. And
of
I
course.
think he knows that. And we find out later that gets the better of him.
Then it goes right back to the ghoul and Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
When they're going to the town, and he makes her drink that irradiated water. And then the whole...
He can, of course.
Of course.
Because he's a ghoul.
He
absorbs the
didn't get
rads.
sick from the water. He got sick from, I want to say, withdrawal.
Withdrawal from the medication. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
starting to turn.
And she bites his finger off, really.
Yeah. And then he cuts hers off.
In a very gory, up-close, personal fashion, of course. That's Fallout.
He says that's the first honest conversation we've had.
First honest
entire time.
exchange we've had.
Exchange. Yep. Oh my God. Chet and Steph.
Yep. Big
Steph
notes on
is
that.
an example. Yeah. Steph is an example of what sheltered person who exhibits extreme trauma deals with that trauma in an unhealthy way.
Poor Chet.
Or Chet, dude.
Puts the shoes. All he could say to her really was, he took great care of his shoes. Dude,
Right?
it just shows his lack of intelligence. The guy's not bright.
He's not bright. He's not very, he's not debonair, or, he's not very charming.
But she dresses him up as her dead husband Bert, and jumps
Dude,
his
so
bones,
messed up.
basically. I kept thinking, like, so what cousin are you to her?
Right?
Because everyone
What's
in
the distance here?
everyone in that vault seems to be related. Which is why Lucy was trying to marry outside the vault, and that's why
Yeah.
Steph did too.
which has made everything about 10 times funnier when he says one wet lady, and it's because her water broke.
And that wasn't an obsessive amount of water.
That was pretty extreme.
Jeez. And it was almost green. What the heck?
Too fucking funny.
That was a hilarious scene. That one had me going. And of course, the super duper mark comes into play. This is where
finally.
a lot
that was
happens.
The first thing we got leaked. That was the first thing we got leaked. When the show was in production, was a picture of the parking lot. Yeah. Yep.
And of course,
we find out that the ghoul is going to sell.
Yep, selling Lucy to the crazy lunatic Mr. Handy. And it seems like a running theme with these Mr. Handys that have more advanced AI that were caught after the war that survived it. They tend to go crazy.
Yep, there's a definite pattern.
You got the Raider, Mrs. Handy in Fallout 76, and this one. At least he's very polite about his murderistic tendencies, but he's only serving his two masters, and one of them
two stoners.
Yeah, and one of them played in that movie Idiocracy, the main one on the couch, and he played in a couple other different things. He's a very typecast actor because he plays the same kind of dude.
Yeah,
stoner, dumb.
It's funny. Lucy was like, "I thought I was going to be a sex slave." No, don't be ridiculous. I'm simply going to harvest your organs.
That's what I wrote down too. After attaching a nearly rotted finger to her hand.
And here's where we start getting into Norman's change, I think. And that is when he's delivering dessert and the Raider says, Vault 32. I don't know what happened in that vault, but they're not that innocent.
Yeah, I quoted exactly. I don't know what the people of Vault 32 were up to, but it was anything but innocent.
Attaboy. There we go.
And that started Norm on his little search for all the answers and questioning like what's going on, because he did see that things were not right with that vault earlier.
Yeah, he already got a hint of it. So they go digging over there. Well, first he looks up the records. The records are sealed, and then he ropes Chet into it. Rescues Chet, really, I think.
Yeah. And it looks like the Vault 32 has been dead for a long time, but they say at least 2 years because of the records in it.
Yep, the last bio sign was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but is that like a rad roach or a rat? Because everyone knows that they've been dead for 10, 15, 20 years at least, especially the Overseer.
There was a rule to figure that out. I think I looked it up once. There's a rule to estimate how long a corpse has been either buried or in water or exposed to the elements.
Yeah, that's what a body farm's for, that study.
2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Before like a corpse turns. Anyways, all right. We're right back to dysfunction junction all over again. You're going to start worrying about me. There's going to be a call. I'm going to be getting grippy socks.
Did you notice on the TV in one of the rooms that was playing when they're in Vault 32? It's this documentary on mice.
Mice overpopulation, how they eat each other.
They eat each other. They eat each other in desperation to survive. And it's like another, what's that word I'm looking for? Where it's like foreshadowing the whole episode,
or at least giving a hint of what happened there. I thought it was interesting.
I forgot that there's a term for it for setting up a particular scene. We use it in writing all the time. I can't think of it.
Well, you're not going to. You're on a podcast.
Yeah. Nope. Not happening.
That's how this works.
This is why I wrote down my notes to like verbatim on things, so I'll forget.
Right. It helps. Paint it on the wall. We know the truth.
Yep. One of my notes too.
Yep.
There was a couple of things I did not put a note down because I remember telling my ladies like, no, he's gonna have a note for that. Keela will have a note for that, so I didn't worry about it. I was right.
I thought it was interesting. Okay, so we go back to the Super Duper Mart. We got Lucy in the Snip Snip, and Lucy is remembering her mom, Rose.
Yeah, there was something I realized with that. Oh no, that was Lucy and Norm's mom, the last one to leave / open the vault door in 32. That was, yeah.
That's right.
That's later.
She opened it from the outside.
That was later on. Okay, anyway, you were saying.
So I just thought that was interesting because that's the first time I think that we really got a hint of Lucy and her mom. And then, of course, we get back to, my name is Martha, my name is Martha, my name is Martha.
Yeah, there was that hint that they played earlier with Roger.
Yeah.
And that should have been her clue, because sometimes she just seems so naive and dumb.
She's learning quick though, especially in this episode.
And
I think this next few minutes, this is where she really kind of turns a little bit. She hardens quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because she does a lot of dumb shit that she has to immediately deal with the consequences
And
for.
one of the best teachers in life is making mistakes.
That's true. Yeah, this won't hurt a bit, he says, as the giant claw, the giant saw, and she fries them with the freaking paddles, the defibrillator paddles.
Now, I don't know
amazing.
what it's like in that universe, but in our universe, that would never happen.
Right.
The paddles would never be able to do that. There's safety switches built into them, and they do very small bursts of energy. They don't dump it all at once like that, and not near enough to fry that robot.
Yes, but Fallout universe
is different. Different technologies.
Is way different.
That's what I'm saying.
Limits?
And if it was in our universe, there's no way in hell that would ever happen. But in that universe,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe people's hearts are stronger and they can take, 15,000 volts like that.
Right. I mean, we're also talking about equipment that's a couple hundred years old, and it's being maintained by a robot thinks that the Great War happened a week ago.
Too.
So you never know. But we do see a Broxo cleaner.
Yep.
Because Lucy puts it inside of the syringes.
That's one thing I mentioned. I'm still loving the attention to detail. There was even a blood pack on the table in front of the couch after everyone, offs each other.
But that blood pack was, I'm pretty sure that was Rad-X.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because it comes in the IV bag.
Yep.
And then she releases the prisoners. She makes the guy release the prisoner. She shoots the syringe at the fucking couch, and the couch starts to decay.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong cleaner.
Yeah, some serious shit.
You clean it by wiping it off the face of this earth.
Right, exactly. Of course, the feral ghouls. Oh gosh.
Why didn't she listen to the guy at least a little bit?
Well,
trying to explain to her briefly.
Of course, the ghouls attack.
Yeah. And if you look when the ghoul goes through and finds all the drugs, you can literally name every drug in that box based off of names.
Yep, 100%. All was represented.
He hit the mother load, except for the vials. I still have no idea what the vials are.
I am curious about that. I might have to look that up. Another thing we have to look up. I realized this when I was listening to a previous episode to clip it. We still need to look up the 3 vault experiment thing.
Oh, yes.
We mentioned that on a previous episode. We need to look that up, especially now after this episode. I'm really interested in finding out more about that. But yeah, so she picks up the 10mm pistol, which is a classic Fallout 10mm pistol. New finger seems to work just fine, by the way.
Yep.
We go back to Norm and Chet. Interesting. We know the truth. We saw that written on the wall earlier. And then now we have the overseer tied to the chair and death to management scrawled on the wall.
Sorry, I'm writing notes so I know what I
found out something. No, go for it.
Yeah, and he looks like he's been dead way longer than 2 years, like we mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. The record he pulls up about how the last person to open that vault door was his mom.
So interesting that everybody knows the McLean name. And obviously the dad is known outside the vault, the mom's known outside of the vault, and now we find out that Rose opened the door from the outside to a vault that she was not from.
Plot thickens. That's in my notes.
Yeah, especially when a raider knows who your mother is.
And apparently the dad too.
Mm-hmm.
And I put a note in here. I don't know why I put it in here. Why did I forget this? I put the note is The Man from Dead Horse.
That is the movie that Cooper watches. It's his movie.
Oh, yes, that's why.
At the beginning of the previous episode, he argued about whether or not he would actually shoot the guy. And then, of course, we watched the movie. It turns out they filmed it where he shoots the guy in the head.
And I did notice there are no chickens in this episode. My lady and I both looked for chickens. And I even looked to see if they were serving chicken to the prisoners, but no.
That would have been good. That would have been funny. Okay, so everything's done inside Super Duper Mart. Lucy comes out. She says, I may end up looking like you, but I will never be like you. Golden rule, motherfucker. Yeah. Before she dumps the vials in his hand and walks off. And of course, he goes inside and has a little bit of a party all to himself.
Yeah, he went nuts. He found like a lifetime supply of vials. And for him, that's a long life time.
It is indeed. He's got it for a while.
And then that
And
pretty
then
much
we end
wraps
on
up the
that
episode.
moving
Yeah.
of the episode. Yeah.
I know episode
Wild.
5, I believe, focuses a lot more on the Brotherhood of Steel and Maximus.
I think so. What's the title?
The past.
The Past. I don't know if that's going to be Maximus. I don't remember.
It does include Maximus. It does feature him.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Want to do some plays?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah. I have a little bit I've been sitting on for 3 weeks. I'm going to go through it really quick if you don't mind. And you got a lot more than I do. Okay, so I logged into the game at Harper's Ferry. It's a nice little town because there's a tunnel I got to go to for the Brotherhood of Steel for that quest line. And I had a side quest there in the town I was going to just knock out. But when I fast traveled to the town and I woke up, I immediately took out my sniper rifle because there's super mutants there that invade that town. Took one shot at him and it didn't even make a dent in his health bar. Normally I one-shot these guys.
Yeah.
The very next second, I am dead. And there's a super mutant standing over me with a hammer. The fool one-shot me.
Oh, geez.
That's never happened before. I zoned back in after I died because I could pick that place. And it was back to normal. I was one-shotting everything. And if they hit me, it took very little life. It was a really weird little bug. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the game made me level 1 again.
Whoops.
Oh, yeah. And so I went and did this quest. And there's this very interesting boss inside this tunnel. I don't remember it being this hard before. I think the updates to the combat changed it. But it took me 10 times longer to do this fight. There's a assaultron with a sheep head on it called the sheep squatch. Imposterling.
Oh my god.
And it's sitting there buying in electronic bars coming after you
That
and
sounds horrific.
beating you with a melee, and then it has that laser beam that they always do. So it was just a matter of dodging that beam, keeping away from it, and emptying. I think I put like maybe 200 or 300 rounds of my pistol into it, my hard-hitting pistol, before it finally dropped. It took me 10 minutes.
Wow.
Literally 10 minutes to do that fight. It was nuts. And I find something very amusing with games where you're with NPCs and the quest is you have to search and find like evidence around an area that you're at. And how the NPCs sit there and wait for you to search and find the evidence. And they just sit there. Why can't you at least have them acting like they're looking?
Right.
Come on, let's add a little bit of immersion to this here.
That when you're looking for that one general's lost son in the Shattered Space DLC, it's the same thing. You have this huge freaking area, and you got to find it's a big pain in the ass, and dude is just back there like, all right, I'll just wait, just picking his teeth, whatever.
And of course, my Billie Jean, Scribe Valdez is in play.
That's an with 6 M's.
And
on the notes.
Again, tried doing the Halloween events, couldn't get them, didn't see one anywhere. But really? I did do something Halloweenish for my camp. They had a limited release of a Halloween weather station that you can buy with points and then place it in your camp, and it creates this like stormy, dark, spooky environment with fog.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, and it works so well with my home.
There you go.
But it looks cool. I love the weather stations because you can buy these weather stations. They have storm, calm, snow, and they got like seasonal specific ones like the Halloween one.
Oh, okay.
Those are limited edition ones. They go away after a while. The only one I do not have is a snow one. But the storm one I bought specifically because, well, I love storms, but it's also for fishing. Because if it's raining, you can have a higher chance of better fish. Same with snow, too. But yeah, great in a little environment. So it's always in that environment in the confines of your camp, in your area. It'll always be storming, snowing, whatever. And I made it to Vault 96. I think there's 4 vaults in Appalachia right now. I don't know if they're going to have another vault in the Burning, but right now there's 4. And Vault 96, and it's this giant cryogenic facility used to preserve and then eventually reintroduce flora and fauna to the outside world, to like basically rebuild the world back to its original state with plants and animals. the way they were originally. It's some kind of, but like always, it turns out it's some kind of more devious experiment than what it says. I'm currently in there working with Dark Brotherhood, and the hidden purpose I did find out already. It was to experiment with mutations. It was the whole purpose of that facility. On the outside, it was for preserving flora and fauna to reintroduce into the world, but in reality, it was an experimental facility to make different animals and plants, which I think has a tie into the deep state people.
Enclave?
Enclave, thank you.
Yeah, who are you working with at Vault 96, by the way?
Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought you said.
I did say something different, didn't I? Did I say Dark Brotherhood again?
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad. Normally I catch myself. But that's my...
he's just going to glaze right over that, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I completely spaced it. My brain was on a different track entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my gameplay in a nutshell. I'm not going to go into more detail because we're running short on time, and I'm going to let you have your stage, sir.
Oh, yeah. I did some more mod work. Okay, the main thing I want to address here, basically, is I'm an idiot.
Aren't we all?
But I have a reason. I have a reason for being an idiot. I figured out why I couldn't use boost packs.
Oh.
I didn't have the goddamn skill. Oh. You can't use boost packs if you don't have... It wasn't a fucking bug. Yep. I didn't have the skill at all. But to my defense, I usually picked either bounty hunter or soldier.
That comes with it.
I believe both of those come with boost packs.
Yeah.
Training. So I always had it. So I'm a dumbass.
That's
basically the answer to that one.
And the funniest thing is I went through the beginning of a game on a new character for a challenge and couldn't figure out why I couldn't boost, and it took me about an hour to figure out I didn't have the skill.
So that was cool.
Yep.
So now at least I can use a boost pack. I'm on Aquila. I go to Aggie's to get Ezekiel because I need crew. And I end up accidentally starting Andrasia's quest looking for her former crewmates.
Accidentally started, huh?
Well, because I was there.
Oh, okay.
And you have to talk to, I ended up talking, if you go up and talk to Aggie, she's like, what are you doing here, basically, to Andrasia. I end up skipping that for now, went and did Trackers Alliance. I did the Starjacker. And from that one, I ended up creating Raven 2, which is basically a copy of my other ship, Raven 1. I'm just my support ships.
Slightly enhanced, maybe?
A little bit different.
You can't call it 2 if it's not slightly improved.
It is slightly improved, I think. I don't know.
Then
I just kind of slapped it together.
Then it's a good Raven 2.
I go to Star Dock to sort my crew. I realize I don't have the computer cores to expand my fleet, so I have 3 ships, but only 2 commissioned for Watchtower. I end up going and doing the Vulture mission. This went differently for me than the times I've done it before. The times I've done it before, I always ended up, and I think it's because I did Crimson Fleet. I think it's because I did Crimson Fleet before I did Trackers Alliance.
That's one of the cool things I love about Starfield, is that depending on what you do can have a different outcome on later quests and events.
Well, because I usually ended up at the sister's place. I usually ended up at a sister's house. This time I ended up on Paradiso, and you go and you basically track down his hotel room. And then you find a notepad that's an exchange between one of his mercs and him. And as soon as you close out of the notepad, he starts shooting at you.
See that? No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so you have to duck down. It's all action movie style. You got to fight your way out of the hotel. By the way, security didn't do shit. I'm running around with a Beowulf popping mercenaries, and security's like, I don't get paid enough to see shit right now.
Right. I'm just going to put it in the report.
Yeah. I ended up tracking him down, and because I had my new boost pack, I just was able to shoot right up to his perch, pop, dropped him. Yeah.
Would it let you kill him?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, no, it didn't let me, but I downed him, and then you're like, you better, I told him to surrender. I convinced him to surrender. Okay, so I got done with that. I take off. I hit a random Watchtower ambush. Remember how I said that the sensor arrays didn't have any protection whatsoever?
Yes.
I've never had an ambush that was more than 4 or 5, maybe 6 ships, 2 dozen, easy.
Yeah,
and this ambush just show up out of nowhere.
I've had 20.
It's the first time I ever had that. In an ambush or at a sensor array?
Both.
Okay, because I've had them at a sensor array, but I've never had this many ships in an ambush. But I was able to go back and commission my third ship. Got my crew
It
sorted
worked
out. So it worked out.
Yeah. That's my luck, though. If it's going to be the worst outcome possible, I'm going to get it.
Well, I ended up following one of Harper's leads to Arcturus, and that's where the Duratech Star Yard is still sitting there, right? The big empty sphere I talked about. This listening post was extremely heavily secured. I had to take out a mech with missile strikes, got inside, fought my way through, got the info, came back out. 2 more mechs showed up. It took all of my sky drops to finish them off. I head up to orbit. There's the sensor arrays. 2 watchtower ships.
Just 2?
That's all that was up there with the sensor. Just go back to Starboat.
Much better
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Much better luck this time. I went back to Stardock to rearm and regroup.
You had to get your Frappuccino, man. You got to fill up.
I had to get my Frappuccino and then reload my sky drops. Sold a bunch of contraband to the Trade Authority because I have shielded cargo.
Yeah, even then, with shielded cargo, I've never been able to get anywhere near 100% probability. The best I had was like 92% at one point. When I had a ship completely built for it, I had all the extra goodies on it. I still got caught. Yeah.
Well, I got 59%, but some of the I also have Cargo is Cargo, which is a mod that makes storage bays and cargo holds actually hold like a complement of cargo. So I got like I said, I got 59% shielded. So I just save before I jump.
Yeah,
in case I have to
do that every time.
Back.
It took me at least 10 or 15 tries to get it to actually go through.
And then I just did a couple side quests. I did Sergeant Yumi, the fight at the bar where the 2 fiancés were fighting over the ring. I did the Tracker Agent, the Mars landing pad, where you have to put the sensor up on top.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't remember the one with the ladies fighting.
It's not ladies, 2 guys.
Oh, right. I don't remember.
And they break up because the one dude is sweet on the waiter and the other dude gets pissed and refuses to give the engagement ring back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you have to determine who gets it. Finish the tree stuff where you have to go get the stick from Aquila. Rivka, who is refusing medical treatment on Sidonia, or at Sidonia, because her father's executive for Reliant, hunting her down. I did that. Back to Watchtower. Van Manen, 1, ambush. Yeah, that's the larger fleet one.
Yeah.
But I loot the scrap down to listening posts. I haven't done the listening post yet, but that was pretty much it. That was my whole playthrough, just kicking around a bunch of Starfield, knocking a bunch of stuff out. It was, in a nutshell.
Doing the TV show episodes has kind of limited our time on the show.
It has.
We'll try to get more playtime in, but you guys let us know what you like hearing. If you want us to focus more on the TV show, more on the news, and kind of just make our play as an afterthought, that's cool. If you guys want us to focus more on our play, that's also cool.
We could always do highlights and stuff, at the same time, But it's, we do the playthroughs the way we do because we had gotten comments in the past that people like listening to it. It's like sit down, listen to your buddies. So, what are they playing? How about we do a couple of comments and reviews and get out of here?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we got a couple of comments on episode 20 on YouTube. This is from Uplifting Music 8097. Love the intro, talking about our Halloween episode.
Why, thank you. I had fun doing that one.
From the same episode, from King Fan Man. Hey King, what's up? Y'all are awesome. Thanks so much.
We did talk about them a lot.
I have a double black belt on my side now. Cool, great show. Thank you, King. Always a pleasure.
Always have your back, buddy.
Yep, absolutely. And that's all I got for a show.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Like always, everyone, if you could subscribe. The bell icon's helpful if you want to get notified when this episode appears, but it pretty much is very consistently appearing at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays. It might be a little bit late this week because I'm going to try to do some fancier stuff with it. I don't know, but most likely it's going to be the same schedule. The 5-star reviews on Spotify and iTunes are a giant, monstrous help as well. It lets us get featured. Gives us a higher chance of being featured on the front page of one of these sites, which says this show exists. Come listen. If you're a Bethesda fan,
trying to sneak out of the room. She snuck in, just trying to sneak out. I see you.
Say hi.
She says hi. And of course, go to our link tree. That's t.ee/weirdchaosmedia, weird WYRD chaos with a K media, and you can find all of our socials there. And for everything from Blue Sky to X and everything in between, even Lemonade for some damn reason.
Yep.
Feel free to share our content, duet our videos, whatever. Join us on there.
Yeah, we're pretty open about that kind of stuff. Join us on our Discord, people. That's where it's at.
Yep.
We need some more Bethesda fans on there talking about video gaming, whether it be Bethesda games or gaming in general or anything in life. We have channels for everything in here.
Yep. We've been talking a lot of sports because it's football season. We're deep into football season. We have a pets channel for all the adorable pets, dogs and cats and all sorts of things, books, movies. We have a paranormal channel.
Bill's Mafia.
Streaming, tabletop, everything. We got all sorts of stuff.
And that's going to wrap up this episode, everybody. So
it is.
I'm just going to say have a fantastic week in the Bethesdaverse.
Peace out.